Welcome to Astway. Today we are going to start series called Try Hack Me. If you don't know previously what is Try Hack Me is an online platform to learn cybersecurity. So now just get into the Try Hack Me. If you log into this Try Hack Me account, you can see the dashboard. Just go to your learning path here. If you didn't choose previously the learning paths, multiple learning paths will come. Just choose the complete beginner in that. So from beginner to what kind of a process, like that process we are going to complete the series. So if you go down, now you can see complete beginner introduction. This section is fully for beginners. So here we will go to the tutorials. Yeah, now some instructions are coming, so we will skip that. So we will study this. Starting your first machine. On Try Hack Me you will learn by starting hacking machines. So what is this normally in the sense? Here we need to start the machine. If you click the start the machine, here it will ask something like a use VPN or use the attack box. So we are going to use the VPN. So just click it, see the instructions. So it will redirect to some new page. If you see here one thing will be called download my configuration file. So just download that. From here I'm converting from here I'm copying file to some of the folders. Two option is there. From here we are going to choose the free option because now we are not paying any money, so now we don't want to move with that. Just click this. Here for each operating systems some instructions will come for Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. My laptop is Ubuntu, so I already have OpenVPN. If you don't have OpenVPN already, by this command sudo apt install OpenVPN, install your OpenVPN in your Linux computer. So directly I'm copying this OpenVPN command. I'm going here. So I'm changing my folder to security. Yeah, if you see here, we download one VPN file called OpenVPN file called Astway. So just paste. Give you a password because it will be run only with super permissions. Finally, if you get the installation sequence completed, then it will start the connecting to your VPN. So actually what process is going begin this in the sense directly we cannot access the Try Hack Me. So what the Try Hack Me they are giving in the sense, they are running this into one VPN server. So if you connect with their VPN server only, we can access their VM machines. Then we can attack and whatever we can test or we can practice, whatever we can do at the time only. So we'll refresh this. If you see here, after refreshing, here connector status is coming. If it is come, then we can move with next process. So I'm going back with my dashboard. No need. If you see here already the things is there. I already started my machine. If you see after starting the machine, here what is the machine title, what is the IP address, and they will give 1 hour time. From 1 hour time, whatever we want to do we can do. If you don't want, at the time of last we can use this, we can add the 1 hour extra. Go down. Start the target machine. So this talk wait for me to configure. Copy the IP address of the machine that you started on this task. Then on the attack box, open up Firefox and paste the IP address into your. If you're using Firefox, you can move to Firefox, or if you're using any Chrome or else or whatever browser you have, just open new tab and paste that IP address what we copied. If you see here, you are getting some flag. You can access TryHackMe machines. So here we got one flag. Okay, we'll close this. We'll paste and submit. Yeah, correct answer. So next steps, we are showing some paths. So we don't need this, we will complete third. Okay, Gangaraj, you have completed the first room. Okay, we completed one room successfully. Now we will go back to our dashboard. If you see this dashboard, you will get how much things we have completed and what are the what level we are in. Everything we can see here. So again, go to learning path. Our second PM is starting out in cybersecurity. Open that. Yeah, after you open this, just start the attack box. So it will be start our machine. Just wait some time to load this machine. So up to that, we will study what is inside. Welcome to TryHackMe. This room will give you a brief overview on the different career paths in cybersecurity. If you already have basic idea on the different career tracks in industry, search the activities page for different walkthroughs and challenges. If you want some structured learning, check out learning paths. Okay, completed. Offensive security. The first large area within a cybersecurity is offensive side. This area is in attacking different application technologies to discover vulnerabilities. This career is for you if you enjoy understanding how things work, you are analytical, you like thinking out of the box. The most common offensive security job role is pen tester. Pen tester is an individual who is legally employed by an organization to find vulnerabilities in these products. A pen test industry usually covers a broad range of knowledge industry. Web application security, network security, use of programming language to write various scripts. More recently, cloud security has also been gaining popular as various organizations are now shifting their infrastructures. Okay, they gave a lot more. So basically what they are telling in the sense here, there is a two part. The first one is offensive security. What is the offensive security in the sense? Like just think if you are one company, okay, you have some websites or Android apps what you created. So some Android hackers, or else just think example facebook.com. okay, we are the guys who are the hackers. If we are hacking their site and we find some vulnerabilities, bugs from their site, which is called offensive security. So most common name we are calling this as a penetration testing. There are most types like a web application security, network security. Then after we are writing some programming languages to create some attacks. Now it's loaded. This machine can access on the machine you deploy the TryHackMe. Please keep in mind the following: pen testing any target is not deployed on TryHackMe is prohibited. You also need responsible for your actions. This machine expires. Check TryHackMe to ensure you still have the time left. Once this machine is terminated, all data will be lost. So what they are telling in the sense, once the machine is lost, whatever the things we have done with the machine, then that will be lost, which is major instruction for us. Then they gave another instructions also. Tools are located in root desktop tools and OPT. Web cells are located as /user/share/web cells. World lists are located at slash users and world list. Okay. Okay, I think this is the machine they gave. Oh, they gave call a machine called Linux kind of a machine. So here you will see what is the name of the career role that is legally employed to be vulnerabilities in application. Penetration tester. Yeah, correct answer. So next we'll move to defensive security. This is the second major area within the security, while offensive security involves active finding vulnerabilities and misconfigurations within the technologies. Defensive security involves the catching and stopping these attacks. This creates trust if you analytical problem solving. Okay, one of the career understand this track is a security analyst. This individual was on. So commonly what they are going to say here is like a defensive security. Before we saw what is the offensive security, in the sense we are going to attack their company and we are going to find the bug. Similarly, the other hackers also will attack their sites. So from that they need to defend their sites, like from using firewalls or like that. They need to be patched their bugs previously. So that is called as defensive security. So mostly this post is called as a security analyst. So they will find what kind of a security vulnerabilities in their sites, like that they will find and they will patch that. So we'll see the question here. Same question. What is the name of the role whose job is to identify attacks against an organization? Security analyst. Yeah, correct answer. I think we mistakenly opened that I think we wasted our time to open that side machine. So but finally we complete our second room also. So again go back to our dashboard. Go to learning path. Next, introductory researching. Introduction. Without a doubt, the ability to research effectively the most important quality of a hacker to have. By its very nature, hacking requires a waste of knowledge, because how are you supposed to breaking in something you don't know how it works? The thing is, no one knows everything. Everyone, professional or amateur. Okay, here what they are going to basically here what they are telling here is like research, because everyone don't know everything. If you see a professional also, even who don't know also, everything is common only. Even experience, non-experience, even 15 years guys experience also, mostly they don't know everything. So everyone want to learn. If you are in cybersecurity field, daily some new changes will come. For new changes you must adopt that. Okay, that's majorly here they are telling. So here we are looking the following topics. An example of research question: vulnerability searching tools, the next manual pages completed. Example research question. We'll begin by looking typical research question, the kind that you are likely to find when walking through a CTF or on TryHackMe. Let's say you have downloaded a JPEG image from a remote server. You suspect that there is something hidden inside it, but how you can get it? How about we start searching, hiding things inside images in Google? Steganography. Yeah, if you see what is the steganography, in the sense there will be something like image files, text files, or else like whatever the files is there, we will hide one file within the another file is called a steganography. Okay, so if you making these kind of things, like if you're making these kind of things, you need to research by your own and you need to find everything. Okay, So like that same thing they are finding in Google, like a hiding things inside the images. Next they are finding like a extract file from JPEG's technography. Once you find what is this technography, then similar kind of a keywords we want to use in Google there, then a number of results they will give. By that results we can find how we can extract this. Mostly if you are in a cybersecurity field, we need to be researched by ourselves and we need to find much things. So here they are giving some GitHub links. Okay, apt. Okay, so much things. Now it's your turn. See if you can answer the following question. Just the first three questions in appropriate or such queries in the hints. In the Bubshoot program that ships with the Kali Linux, what mode would you use to manually send a request, often repeating the captured request numerous times? Okay, we'll see. In the Bubshoot program that ships with the Kali Linux, what mode would you use to send a request, often repeating the captured request numerous times? Mostly the answer is called repeater. Correct. If you don't know what is that, just go here, just search about Bubshoot. Bubshoot is a tool which we are using intercept of websites. Like if you are sending one request, these things in future we will see how this is working, like a future machines or future videos we will see what is the Bubshoot. So by here question we will find often repeating a captured request numerous times. Often request numerous time. If you see here itself they are giving captured request. Okay, here the medium itself they gave every answer, so we don't want to move with that. What hash formats of modern Windows login passwords are stored in? So Windows login password hash format, if find is the NTLM hash. NTLM, yeah, correct. What are the automated tasks called in Linux? So which is I think cron jobs. Yeah, such a task are called cron jobs. Cron job is only the thing which is automatically running in a background. So here cron jobs. What number base could you use for shorthand of base to binary? So shorthand for I think numbers base 16. Shorthand of base 2, yeah, which is base 16 is the hexadecimal value. We can use this for shorthand purpose. So base 16. If a password has starts with the $6, what format is it? Unix variant. So $6 hash cat. So SOM52, this is a one hashing algorithm, so we'll see these things in future. So I think 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 Unix variant. So we'll put saw 512 Unix variant. So saw 5112, sorry 512 crypt, saw 512 crypt. Okay, second task is fully completed. Third task, okay, vulnerability searching. If you see vulnerability searching, the most important vulnerability is we want to use exploit DB, then NVD. NVD has the CVE, common vulnerability exposure. So we'll skip these things. We'll directly go here. What is the CVE for the 2020 cross-site scripting access vulnerability found in WordPress forms? Oh, here the format will be CV year, then after number. So cross-site script W forms XSS 2020. So here the number is CVE 130.10385. Let me check this. Is it working? Yeah. There was a local privilege escalation vulnerability found in the Debian version of Tomcat back in 2016. What is the CV for this vulnerability? Mostly the CV is like a collection of vulnerabilities. So from that they will give some hacking methodologies, like how we can hack, like they'll give already they will give that scripts for this CV. There was a local privilege escalation vulnerability found in the Debian version of Apache Tomcat back in 2016. What is the CVE for vulnerability? Local privilege escalation Apache Tomcat. Local privilege escalation Apache Tomcat 2016. So here I think this may be because they are okay. 1240. One two 40. Okay, it's correct. What is the very first CV found in a VLC media player? First CVE found in VLC media player. So okay. I think this is not possible because this is 2019 only, past year only came. Okay, let me go inside the cvedetails.com. Okay, if you go lost, CVE, I think this may be the first one. CV 2007-0017, because this is in the last one. Yeah, correct answer. If you wanted to exploit a 2020 buffer overflow in a sudo program, which CV would you use? 2020 buffer overflow. CV. I think these things is most searched queries, I think so. So it's coming so easily. Manual pages. Okay, this is a man page which is default in Linux computer. So from this we can see the documentation of every command. So what kind of parameters we want to use, like everything they will give in this documentation. So that's only this stored here. Okay, we'll study. SAP is a tool used to copy files from one computer to another computer. What switch would you use to copy the entire directory? SCP. So we'll open a new one. Okay, there is one command called SCP. So we'll open man h. Okay, sorry, man SCP. If you want to find here, use / and find entire directory. Okay. Mostly recursively copy entire directories. Okay, this is called recursive. Recursive in the sense repeatedly the things will happen. So I think this may be the answer. Fdisk is command used to view and alter the partitioning scheme used on your hard drive. What switch would you use to list current partition? So we will quote this man fdisk. So current partition is a color sector size list. List the partition tables which no, I think -L. Let me check. Okay, we will see these comments by here itself. Got this fdisk L. Okay, I think sudo permission is needed for this. Okay, if you see every disk is showing here what is the disk and whatever the data of the disk, like that everything is showing here. Nano is a easy to use text editor, so there is arguably better editors. However, Nano is one of the greatest editor to start with. So what switch would you use to backup when opening a file with the Nano? Okay, let me check. Nano man Nano editing backup. So -B. So here it is the case sensitive, so just see with the whether it's a small letter or capital letter. So -B. Okay, correct answer. Netcat. Netcat is a basic tool used to manually send and receive network request. What command would you use to start Netcat in listen mode using web? Mostly the Netcat is a tool which we can send the request, we can connect with the network request. So so the final one should be 1 2 3 4 5. First one will be NC port, listening mode of port. So we'll put this man NC. So here if you're looking here, for port the 1 2 3 4 5 port we will use -P, as well as the another one thing is like they are telling listen mode. So if you see to listen the incoming connections, so we want to use two parameters here, I mean two options here. So we'll see NC, which is the first command, then -L, which is for listen mode, then -P for port number space 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is the correct answer. Okay, if you want to check this everything, you don't want to check if you don't have the Linux computer, you can check directly this terminal itself. ls everything this terminal they gave, so we can use this terminal only. So final thoughts, you may have told that school is the good sources. Okay, finally they are talking about Google Dogging. Google Dogging is kind of a trick which we are now normally we are searching these kind of things. Instead of searching this, there is some trick is there to search in Google. So these things you will see in one room called Google Dogging. So these things you will see in the room of Google Dogging. So we'll complete it. So research is completed. Congratulations, you have completed the room. Okay, today we completed totally 3 rooms. So we will see what are the rooms we completed. Okay, our strike is like 20 answer today we gave. Good. Totally we completed 3 rooms. The complete beginner induction we completely finished. So totally we completed a basic tutorial, then after starting out in cybersecurity and introductory researching. Totally 3 rooms we completed today. In upcoming videos we will see remaining tutorials as well as remaining tools we will see, and how we can work with and how we can break the rooms. Everything we will see in upcoming tutorials. So if you want that kind of a tutorials, just like, share and comment down. Thank you.